shit. I should have grabbed that.
We have a printer.
Oh.
If you have a printer and scissors, yeah, that'd be nice.
We have both.
How long did it take? One day.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna print it here. Should I email it? Yeah. Was it not the overture?
Punch it. Here it is.
Who should I forward it to?
Do you want to just access your email?
Whatever's easier. So if you already signed it.
KSTAN.
Let's go diatonically down.
Yeah. Huh. I just can't see making it upset me.
I'm so fucking pissed off that somebody got paid money to do that. Like, noodle around on the white keys and you could find it. I just made me very angry. That guy got paid a lot of money to do that. I'm very excited for Evil Within 2.
Yeah, I hope it is good. I don't know. So many sequels just blow ass, you know.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
No, I'm keeping my eyes closed. Look pretty good?
Yeah, that's very good.
You're the devil.
It's one of the only songs my bird knows.
Stop pointing.
I'll just like do that in the blue sometimes.
print out something we need for the update for the whatever recap?
No, not for the recap. It's just for something that we'll get to later this session. That we're pretty close to. But if you want to do the recap, we can do that if you guys want to roll.
Sure.
You need that average.
17. 16. 17.
I guess it's me.
Should be an easy recap.
Yeah. We woke up. There was some ticking on some web. Got rid of the web. Had to fight some stuff. And
Just say stuff.
people did. Got some damage. And somebody's eyes got plucked out.
Not too far from the truth. You guys, yeah, you explore a little bit more after fighting some Zerg, finding there was Zerg down here. Alan Greenspan has some prior experience with Zerg, knowing the basic elements of these things. Having never seen them before the attack on Thunder Tree, you guys talked a little bit. There was a pretty long fight. Then you guys, instead of crossing the big bridge, decided to go south to go find a little guard outpost where there were two of these really nasty bugs about the size of dogs that like to jump on people's heads and take their eyes out. Poor Ballstar got royally fucked, and both of his eyes plucked out of his skull. But you guys did manage to kill the two Horkas, they were called. I don't think you searched the room or anything. You're just kind of... I think... Didn't you turn into an Earth Elemental so you could see?
Yeah, I'm currently doing the...
You're not in pain now, but once you go back to gnome form, you might be in some pain.
Right.
So there's a lot of blood. The two Horkas are... I think one of them fell. The other one, if you remember, they're like these dog-sized insects with a transparent digestive sac on their back that has partially digested eyes in it. Both Ballstar's eyes are currently in the little digestive sac.
Oh man. And that one is on the ground, like.
Yeah, it's on the bridge.
Probably worth fishing around.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut open the sack and try to.
Okay.
I'll go through every one and just kind of like look at the size. You know, maybe like there was, I don't know, like a big troll eye. No, that doesn't fit.
It smells absolutely like it haunts your dreams. It smells so bad. It's not super like acidic or anything. It doesn't like hurt your hands, but it's just goopy and gross and digestive fluids. But you do manage to find both of, like you pick one out of the sack each time, and the Earth Elemental's like.
Can't you preserve body parts?
Yep.
Give me a solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast Gentle Repose.
Do you want me to throw them in the bag of colding?
Yes.
I throw them in the bag of colding.
Plop, plop. Two of Ballstar's eyes. Beautiful baby blues. One of them's partially digested. Not really looking to function. That looks pretty fresh. So currently you're in this kind of like guard room area. A lot of it looks to be ruined. There's a couple of there's like a small workbench. There's a like a weapon rack that's all empty. It looks like there was a couple of beds at one point, but all the wood here is rotted due to dry rot. A lot of rubble.
Is it still dark in this room?
Yeah, it's dark.
I'd like to relight my torch, I guess, and
I'll
chuck it in the room.
I'll give him dark vision again. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
And
You get dark vision from Terrence?
yeah, and Alan Greenspan as well.
Okay. Everybody can see in the dark. Yay!
Do we want to check that room?
Yeah, just perception check, I guess.
As well.
Do an investigation because you have to like if you're gonna do it, you have to go through a bubble and shit.
That's a 22.
Okay. As you're going through the rubble, everybody's just kind of looking a little bit. On-off's doing most of the heavy work. As you go through, you lift up a couple chunks, large chunks of stone that have fallen in from the ceiling, and you see a stock for a pretty nice-looking crossbow, like a big, nice-looking crossbow.
Yeah.
You pick it up out of the rubble as you kind of dust it off. This crossbow looks very similar to the same crossbow that you were like auto turrets.
Interesting.
The ones that were like guarding that you hacked. Essentially, it's an automatic crossbow. It doesn't use a bonus to load, so most crossbows you have to load. This one you just put in a fucking clip. It has a encounter ability, which is every fight. It's got an ability called spray and pay, where in a 10-foot radius, anything in a 10-foot radius, you can unload all of the ammo that you currently have for it, and it does 3d8 damage, 3d8 piercing damage in a 10-foot radius, and they make a dexterity saving throw and half damage on the attack. But it takes a full minute to reload it back again.
Gotcha. Man, that is cool. I'm sorry. Is it a D8? You said
3d8 damage.
Yeah, it's 3d8 in a 10-foot radius.
What's
for the spray and pay, or just by itself?
Oh, just by itself, it's 1d8.
Okay, gotcha.
So you can do it just one at a time, or you can just do the.
But it's broken. You said, right?
It's what?
It's broken. You said.
It just seems to need a simple restringing, which you could use with the mend spell or any like cantrip, whatever heal metal. You can do that as well using the Ring of the Grammarian.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, right? Yeah. I have it. Alright, we'll fix it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Boom! You cast mending on it. It just kind of structures its way back and restrings itself.
Awesome. And then I say to everybody, comment with me if you want to live.
So it looks like where you're at currently. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, Ballstar and On-Off are currently over here. Everybody was making their way down the bridge a little bit. Yeah. So to the east, there seems to be another large room. Again, with another narrow bridge, or you can go back up to the actual bridge and make your way to the east from there. Or go up around top. It's up to you guys.
What do you guys want to do?
So there's just a bridge down there.
Yeah, well, there's a room.
A room?
A broom.
Yeah, like a circular looking structure with a domed top. to the east of where you are right now.
That's where we saw the hydralisks go.
No, it's not. It was you saw them go across the bridge to the north of that, the big bridge.
Let's
check out the dome.
Alright.
So yeah, put yourselves where you want to be.
I'm gonna sneak it.
I can see for one, so I'm interested in what's in the freaking room.
It's Boston.
I'm a big mud monster, so I can like sense earth tremors and stuff. So as long as I'm a mud monster, I'm good. But I can only be a monster for like 3 hours, I think.
What about like a bat?
Yeah, for sure. Anything that doesn't rely on sight, pretty much. Anything that doesn't rely on sight.
Deep sea fish.
I rolled a 19 stealth.
Yeah. Just like roll
Okay, put you guys where you want to be. The door is currently closed. Again, it's a very, very thin looking bridge. It's about 3 feet wide. It's not so much that you have to make like a balance check or anything, but it's still pretty thin. You guys have to approach it in a line.
Can you put me in the front of the door right before going in? I guess I'll just do a perception check to see what I see.
Yeah, sure. The door is currently closed. It's just a stone door that's... some of the walls have collapsed in, as well as part of the dome has also collapsed into it as well.
Yeah. Can I spider climb on the dome and like maybe peek in?
Yeah, sure. Is everybody where they want to be right now?
Yeah, just staged in the room back there. Yeah.
Okay. On off, you suction cup your way in. There's a couple of other breaks that you get up on the roof. You see a pretty large chamber with a 4 large central structural pillars in it. Each one of the pillars is done very ornately with a stout-looking dwarf that's about 9 feet tall, very angular armor, very stern-looking. Each of them holding like a warhammer, a battle axe, or sword, or spear, all looking outward from the room. It looks like the room, there were definitely parts of the floor that were once there that have currently collapsed. There are a couple other piles of rubble. There is, again, it looks like crumpled. Anything wooden in here is pretty much rotted away, leaving just rubble and very small bits of any sort of civilized culture just kind of buried underneath the collapsed ceiling.
the floor around the pillars.
It looks like the silo of a
Stinky. How's the floor around the pillars? Joe asked.
Oh, it looks like 2 of the pillars, the floor looks, well, roll a, did you roll a perception check?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just Dave watching. But Dave, did you roll a perception?
Sure. That's a 15.
Okay. It looks like the floor around one of the pillars seems to be kind of rocky, maybe falling apart a little bit, this northwestern one. But as far as from up here, that's really all you can see.
Okay, so I can't... Do I see any bone piles or any... I don't know...
Yeah, you kind of squint with your dark vision, you can see. Huh?
Any Zerg turds?
No, there's no sort of like biological life in here. It looks like it looks like it's sealed off just enough that nothing has bothered to get inside. There's definitely piles of bones, just kind of all around, bleached in the heat.
I'd like to crawl into one of the holes and I guess like spider climb down to the opposite side of the room and check the door for like any locks or magic or traps.
Okay, the east door or the west door?
The east door.
Okay. You section cut your way in. this door is also closed. It's a large stone slab.
I'm sorry. Did I
Looks
say
like-
east? I meant west. My bad.
Oh, okay. This one's a little bit smaller door. Again, it's a large stone slab with a whole bunch of dwarven reliefs on it. It's just got like axes and shields and stuff. No writing or anything. It's just a very ornate looking door. There's elements of that red metal built into the door,
Okay.
mostly from in the center that's building outwards to like reinforce it. But you cannot see any like handle or like push or anything.
Okay.
It's just a stone
I
slab.
crawl back out and go back to everybody and tell Quincy, yeah, this looks like the doors that we've seen before that you can activate with your juices.
Is there anything cool in there? Or?
Just a bunch of dead bones. Be careful where you step, though.
Right. So there's no reason to go in there, or what?
There's another door
Oh.
to the east side.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody wants, we can head that way.
Secret door.
Alright. Alright. That's pretty good.
Good job, Charlie. That was a little feather bud.
So just Quincy going up to the door?
I'll follow.
I will go. I guess I'll just get back in on top and then suction cut my way to the door to the east.
Okay. What about Ballstar?
I'm gonna kind of mud surf, kind of lay low.
What do you? That's like a huge pit.
Or can
With
I
all
like
of it-
surf? Can I like surf through the bridge?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Not into the bridge. Just,
Yeah.
you don't sense anything in your tremor sense. Nothing moving. On off, you're on the inside of this this door. Quincy, what do you do? It's just a large stone slab in front of you.
Is there any markings on the door, or writing, or anything?
There's a couple of shields, some crossed axes, and a kind of stern-looking featureless dwarven face, just like eyebrows and beard, and just like looking very angry.
He who enter will be disappointed.
Try to push it open, I guess.
Okay, you put your hand to push. Nothing. You don't see any handle or knob or anything. You try to push. Nothing.
Is there like a crease in the door, like an outline?
Roll an investigation check for me.
In my strong suit. 7.
You don't find anything. No creases. We have no idea how to open this thing.
Hey, on off. Pretty good at finding secret doors, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Shit. Forgot. Yeah. What do you want? All right, fine. I'll get back. I climb back out and meet them on the other side of the west door.
Okay.
And would it be a sleight of hand check to prick Quincy's finger and then just flick the blood on the door?
Without him knowing? Yeah, it'd be a sleight of hand.
I'm gonna do it. That's a 25.
Hey Quincy, high five. Oh no, I guess no, he doesn't notice. High five, slap, scratch, blood, flick.
Anything happen?
Yeah, actually, the door kind of rumbles a little bit, and the door goes from the bottom and goes up.
I make a gesture as if to say after you.
Alright.
I'm gonna surf in. Can I do a perception check on the room?
Yeah, sure.
That's a 27.
Yeah, the biggest thing about these the biggest feature is these pillars. You do notice that this little bridge that you're in right now, just like through the stone, you can feel it, tremor sense. It's pretty fragile. Like maybe 100 pounds it could take, but any more than that, it might fall through.
Nice. Skirting along the wall.
Yeah, I'm walking around on the wall.
Down south.
Well, can you communicate that to us?
I'm gonna make a big old arrow that points south. That's kind of blocking the path.
Okay.
Slime.
Everybody make their way inside. On off, you're on the ceiling, right?
Just on the wall. Yeah. Can I
The
check
door
for-
to the east is currently closed as well. It's much bigger, the same kind of fashion, no handle or knob or anything.
Maybe we should try high-fiving again.
Think that worked?
I don't know. Yeah, it seems to.
Yeah. Let's try it.
Alright.
You go for a high five. You're bleeding, Quincy. Oh shit!
It's weird.
Alright. Maybe you should wipe it on that door.
Yeah, why not?
You wipe it on the door. There's kind of a small glow to the door. The small little red door, as the metal that's built into the door kind of reacts for a second, doing that weird like pulsing thing that the rest of the untamed aura you see along this cavern kind of doing in the same way. Pulses, and then you hear a as the magic begins and then just fails. Once that happens, the door on the other side falls down, and you hear a dwarven voice say in Dwarvish, unauthorized presence, security breach.
Shit.
Oh, that's not good.
The whole room begins to pulse red.
I don't know what to do. Except
There is a large crash as part of the ceiling kind of shifts as one of the pillars begins to move. Out of the pillar, one of these 8-foot tall large pillars begins to move, and then another much larger pillar begins to move as well. I'd go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
What?
Just a question on the ceiling moving. There's still a hole in the ceiling, right?
There's still a hole in the ceiling, yeah.
So my initiative is based off
You're
of
welcome.
attacks, right? Okay, so I'm a monster. I'm gonna form, so I use that form's dexterity, right? Okay. Oh god.
Babs rolled 21.
Hey, hey.
So did
Oh.
I rolled a 2.
I. What do we do?
7.
Whoever has the higher dex. If you have the same, we'll roll for it.
I think you have the same.
Did you
It
bring
says
your?
18 plus 4.
Yeah, mine's the same.
Did you bring your?
So
speakers?
it's just 18. Okay, so you both will roll.
So you did.
Got a leftover.
Okay.
You're rolling a 20?
Just roll a 20, whoever gets higher.
18.
Wait, I think I got 19. Yeah. We don't even know
Okay.
what we're fighting.
say candlelight, yeah.
Wait, you really think you're fighting the colors?
I do.
That's so weird.
I can't access that from my phone, right?
I don't think so. But
I thought we were fighting like a magma.
Oh, cool.
I thought the whole room was just gonna burst into flames.
yeah.
Is that what we're fighting?
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know what this red crap does. Or
Say what?
His armor is made out of it. That we found in Wayback Cave, I think. We fought the snake people.
What are my new colors?
Did you pick one?
It's like
Toilet paper man.
Conjure elementals.
Woo! All right. Let's do initiative. Initiatives is
Fire, ice, earth.
I think. Show you some.
Pictures from the constant manual. Thunder elemental.
Quincy. What'd you get?
7.
Anna.
I got a 16.
Those are your 4 options.
Barbalina.
I won Joe in a tie, so I'm going first.
Okay.
21. They both wrote 21.
Okay. Barbalina. First, second. Terrence, what'd you get?
16.
Dude, can't freeze.
Bellstar.
2.
All right. And let's reference my foes.
Water
You make your insurance water and then turn it ice.
oh, that's cool.
I think. I just
If I
have
know
that.
anything about Pokemon, rocks don't like water.
Ice to first.
Oh yeah. Water expands. It's in a crack.
Crack that ice.
Same.
Crack that rock.
Unless he's got a little
Right.
concrete ceiling kit with him.
Yeah, I think it's if you see the blue light, it's insane.
Or I just conjure it right off the bat.
I used to have an arrow that throws stuff.
Back in my day.
All right. On top of initiative is Barbalina, as these two large pillars break free from the actual stonework and begin to animate. One in a very heavily armored dwarf aspect, and the other one just all the stones kind of form together like a basic like humanoid-esque shape, not the actual dwarf itself. There is a very, very loud hum as soon as the humanoid shape, the possessed pillar, as soon as that begins to activate, this low hum just goes boom, like louder and a little bit higher, and it just begins emanating from him. Barbalina, what you doing?
I want to conjure a water elemental.
Alrighty. Let me grab one.
So,
What do you want your water elemental to look like?
It's kind of like Flubber-esque, maybe?
Fantastic. I gotta find a picture. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom.
It's like blue flubber.
The coolest.
So who can deal ice? You have an ice spell?
Yeah, lots of ice.
If I could cast spells, I could just cast Move Earth and collapse all the floor and make them fall into lava, but I can't do that.
As mud.
Yeah, I could just turn all the ground into mud and make the whole thing collapse.
No, I mean you can't do that because you are mud.
No, I can't see. Like I can't. I need to be able to see things.
I mean, what can you do as the earth elemental?
Just punch shit.
But
No,
if you turn
double
into
damage
To
destruction.
structure. Yeah, I can hurt them
Wait.
a lot.
You
Why
can
don't
But I
you
could
just
just kill them all.
turn into
break the
something.
floor under their
Turn
feet,
into a
yeah.
bat with sonar.
Well, they're pillars, and you
Don't waste one
deal
example.
them all kinds of damage.
I will deal double damage to concept.
Okay, I'm not sure why this thing is wearing a Blue Ranger mask, but let's roll with it.
What is it?
What do we got?
Picked a weird picture, guys.
That's very good.
Flubber elemental.
Flubber
very good.
Ranger.
That's awesome.
So once it comes to existence, you can put it where you want it to be, Barbalina. So where do you want it to show up at?
Okay, so
I have this.
it can squeeze
Yeah,
through a
that's what I was
space
thinking.
that's only an inch
Drop the
wide.
floor.
And
Okay.
it can also freeze. So can I make it just go into one of the orifices of one of the pillars and then freeze up and cause?
Oh, you can certainly
damage?
try it. You'll have to do an attack on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Do you have the stats for it?
Barbalina casts water sodomy.
What stats would you need?
If you don't have it, I have the stats.
We've got it open.
I mean, it's open. I just can't read Dungeons
Can't
and
read
Dragons. Who wants to take over?
Can somebody roll for it? Interpret.
Yeah.
Okay. It says it makes 2 slam attacks. That doesn't sound great.
What do you want it to roll? Just an attack roll, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do a couple. Just do its full round attack or whatever.
Okay. So do 2 d20 rolls plus 7 to each.
Plus 7 each?
Plus 7 to each one.
Okay, so 23
That's a hit.
and then 19.
That's a hit as well. So roll damage for each one of those.
Let's shoot on like
2d8 plus 4.
Nice.
A d8?
Yeah.
Diamond, do you looking at?
This one? What would I add to damage?
Plus 4.
Okay, so 9 for 1.
It's 2d8.
Okay.
So roll that again.
Oh, okay.
And add that to
8 plus 4? 12?
Yep.
That was the first hit, right?
Yeah, that's the first hit.
So then you'll do the same thing because you got it 2
Oh, okay.
times.
8, 9, 10, 14.
Okay.
12 and
Okay, so that was 9 and 14.
12 and 14.
Okay, so 20, 26. The water elemental splashes and splashes. Every time he hits him with a splash of the water, it just goes against the stone. It freezes, trying to catching with the cracks. But this thing is, it tries to freeze. There's no cracks in it. It just kind of gets across it and freezes. As a matter of fact, all of the damage that the water elemental did to it is halved. It took half the damage of what the water elemental tried to do it, because it is very, very well made. You want to move?
Is there anything else I can do?
You can move. That's it. Unless you have a bonus action.
I'll just try and hide now.
Okay. You'll go behind this pillar.
Yeah.
Okay. You come up next to one of these pillars that looks very much like the two things you're fighting.
It's gonna come alive.
As you
No.
you push up against it, and nothing happens. Alan Greenspan is up next.
Okay, so I see that the water doesn't seem to do crap. I was gonna use Commander's Strike to throw my action to you, because that's what that does. Yeah. So I want to kind of retreat to the bridge, because I don't think I can hit the thing with an edged blade, so I'm not gonna try yet. But I'm gonna throw the Commander's Strike to the friggin' Earth guy. So I think you can just take an action or something, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you basically you forego one of your attacks to make someone else attack. So if you want to do the Commander Strike twice because you have 2 attacks, you can make him attack twice.
But what if he's not in range right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't move. It's just an attack action. You can't move.
Yeah.
Terrence.
Yeah, at least he can hit at range. But that will consume 2 of my friggin' points.
Yeah. You have 5 of them.
Alright, for now I'm going to use my movement to head toward the bridge. Oh, it's locked, isn't it? It closed on us.
Yeah, both the doors slammed down.
Shoot. Alright, I'm still going to back away to the west as far as I can from Pillar Man.
Okay. Being you're very, very close to it. You get the largest sound of this that's now like just come to a cacophony emanating from this possessed pillar. First of all, you will provoke an opportunity attack unless you use your action to disengage. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to disengage.
Okay. You disengage. I need you to roll a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
I got strength.
Okay.
17.
17. You begin to try to disengage from this thing, not knowing what it's doing, and this hum is just like entering your mind. You, as soon as you try to turn and run, you find it very difficult to get away from this thing, like almost like it's like pulling you back. But you do manage to like you take a couple steps, you're like whoa, 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 and just kind of break through, and then you're able to finally move again. So where are you going?
As far left as I can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be on off's turn.
Let's see. I would like to spider climb underneath the floor.
Okay. You're gonna have to go to one of these pits or whatever, but
Well, I was at a pit.
you were on the wall.
Well, there was a pit right under it.
Oh no, I see it. Okay, yeah.
So, okay, underneath here. I guess roll. Should I roll a stealth? I mean, can I roll a stealth?
I don't think
For
you can.
vibrations?
You're not really sure if these enemies would have to rely on sight.
Okay, I'd still like to tread lightly. So would I roll a stealth
Okay.
for that?
If you'd like, yeah, sure.
It's
Oh, that's mine.
oops. The 29.
Okay.
And
You go underneath. They're now walking upside down. Try to tread as lightly as you possibly can. Are you just chilling underneath?
I'm going to try to get underneath.
How far
this.
can you move?
Let's
5,
see.
10,
I was
15,
here.
5, 30.
5, 10.
Move diagonal.
20, 25, 30. Wait, why'd you move them?
Because they're 2x2 instead of 1x1.
Oh. 35. So
I guess with your
that's
bonus
my-
action, you could do your double move or whatever.
Yeah, so dash would be my bonus action too. Could I also use? Where is it? Cunning action. To use
The
an
bonus
object?
action one?
To use an object. So
As a bonus action, right? Or is it a free action?
aren't you able to use your action and your bonus action to dash? Anyone can do that.
Well, no, anybody can just use their action. Only you can use only your bonus action.
To dash. You can do
Right.
that, right? So you can make an action and then use an object.
Yeah. I mean, you still have an action to do it. You can do it.
So can I use my cunning action then to use the object? So I dashed and then used an object.
Okay, so use the object as your action. I'm confused.
Use to use an object to use an object. I don't know.
Is it a free action? I just can't remember if it's a bonus action or a free action.
It's a bonus action.
Okay,
It's
so
a bonus action, right?
right, but you've already used your bonus action.
So this is like a overhyped thing that everybody has. I'm plopped here.
You can use your action to use an object right now because you already used your bonus action to run.
You're not disagreeing. He's telling you can use the thing you want to use.
Just semantics. Yeah, I'd just like to chill here.
Okay. You're just chilling underneath. That'll take us to the golem. Oh, it moves. It starts moving around here to 5, 10, 15, 20. I will roll for the floor. Which I rolled 17. It does hold, but all of the stones in it kind of like shift while it's standing on it. Let's see. So this is going to be the Flubber Elemental, Muck, Barbalina, Elm Greenspan, and Terrence. I need all of you guys to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh god.
23.
Nice. Not nice. 15. Terrence and Barbalina are both affected as he begins to walk, he starts emanating a green glow. He stops and there's a pulse of green as Barbalina and Terrence feel themselves, their perception of time, everything speed up while they begin to slow down. You cannot use your reactions, your speed is half, and you cannot make more than one attack on your turn. In addition, you can take either an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both. The effect lasts for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds. So you guys are slowed.
Yeah, each turn is 6 seconds. So
So that'll bring us to Terrence. Very slow Terrence.
Alright.
As long-winded as Terrence is normally, Terrence slow is just the worst.
Alright,
what?
use your belt.
I think it would be a good idea to perhaps we can
Alright. So these things are 2x2, which means they're 10 feet wide.
they're not like precisely that, but they take up that amount of space, yes.
Okay. So what I want to do... This is such a big area. I want to cast Transmute Rock on the
To mud?
Yeah, under his feet, under the dwarf pillar.
Awesome possum. And that just transmutes it, right?
Yeah, and it says if you cast it on the ceiling, then everything just collapses. So I'm assuming that if there's nothing supporting this mud, it'll just cause a mudslide to fall into a pit.
Yeah, sure. So you're doing it on his feet, yeah, right?
Yeah, just the whole area around him.
Okay. What is the range? Like how big does it? Just on that 2x2?
It says up to a 40-foot cube.
Oh, okay. All right. I am going to give him a reflex saving throw just to be able to step out of the way. But I'll tell you, as a giant stone pillar, his reflex is the best, or his dexterity saving throw is the best. Boop. What? Your DC is 18?
19.
19? Yeah, he fails. As the below him, the mud or the stone transmutes and starts bubbling and liquefying as he takes one step to try to steady himself and get himself a better footing. His foot just goes straight through as all that entire area where everything's very, very thin, it just all collapses. There's no scream, there's no sound other than just schlorp as he falls. And there's a very satisfying, after about 3 or 4 seconds, very satisfying. As you see, it's just looking up, just slowly getting liquefied. Awesome possum. So Terrence, it's your turn. You gonna move or anything?
I'm gonna try and intimidate the remaining possessed pillar. I'm just gonna give it eyes and wiggle my hand at it like you're next. Can I roll intimidation?
No, because it's an inanimate object.
Okay.
It has no feelings. It's just a construct. You do it. It's not even paying attention. It's just standing there humming, blank face. Which will take us to the pillar himself. Oops. On off. Dave,
Yes.
what instruments do you have that are metal?
Do I what?
What instruments that you have are metal?
Are metal?
Yeah.
Caltrops,
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff.
grappling hook, sword.
Yeah.
Okay. I need both Quincy and on-off on its turn. It's not his action. This just happens. On his turn, I need Quincy and on-off to roll strength or dexterity saving throws.
22.
Okay.
Can I use evasion for it for a dex save?
It doesn't do any damage.
Okay, it's 8.
Okay, that's a failure. What? Do you have a weapon equipped?
Yeah, I do. Confused because it says whenever rolling a dex saving throw. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's no damage. It's not just half of what happened.
But
Or is it just
no,
for
it's just
damage?
if it's just damage. Yeah.
That's good.
So what weapon? What weapon do you currently have equipped? Is it the new crossbow?
No, I have the short sword.
Okay. Quincy makes it as you sit there. Quincy, you're sitting next to it. The weapon you have equipped almost flies out of your hand to stick to this thing. Whereas you grab onto it like, whoa, whoa, as it's pulled towards Dave, your short sword, up through the floor, just flies out of your hand and onto the upside down on the floor of this building as the short sword leaps out of your hand and gets magnetically attracted to the pillar underneath.
Okay.
His action is he just slams Quincy twice. Yeah.
Come on, slam.
Slam and slam. That's a 19, which is a miss, yeah.
On me, yeah.
And then that is a what? 27. $17 bludgeoning damage. Boop.
Okay.
As it boops you on your snoot. Takes 2. Take us to Quincy.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Silence on it.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Should I just try different element attacks now? Thunder, ice.
Does it have to roll
Thunder isn't lightning.
I
Thunder
don't
is
think so.
sound.
for silence?
Nope.
I just did silence.
Yeah, it's just that 20-foot radius, like centered on him, where I put it, is just kind of remains there. So he can move out.
I need to take a look at silence.
You can't cast it on a person. You have to do that.
No.
How large is the area?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius, so I'm in it.
Yes.
Alright, so I'll need to move out of it in order to cast anything verbal. Let's see if this is verbal.
Okay. You throw a silence on it. Whoa. There's ear popping as just absence of all sound as anything inside it goes deaf. You still feel pull from your from all your armor, magnetic field.
Okay.
You gonna move or anything?
No.
All right. That'll take us to
Still feel
Ball Star.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna punch a fool in the butt.
Punch a pillar in the butt.
That's a 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
Cool. Ooh, nat 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You do double damage.
Now, are your attacks as an elemental considered magical?
They're not, but I do double damage to objects and structures.
They are. That's a druid feat at 6th level. Your beast shapes.
Oh yeah, and they are magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
God damn. It's a double damage on a crit.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. I gotta do a little math here. Plus 5. Okay. So the first hit, nice. First hit is an 18. That's doubled, so 36.
Okay.
The second. I mean, assuming that works. And the second.
I don't think it does. I think the siege monster is against just like completely inanimate objects. This is an inanimate object that's animate. It's dumb. Magic and fantasy is dumb.
Okay.
But I think it's just to like non combatants, like walls and shit.
Okay, so 18 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And 27 for the second hit. Damn.
Damn. Cool. Doing a whopping 45 damage and come up and punch his butt. Muck butt punch. Cool. Stay us back to the top. To Barbalina.
Oh, I think this is magic attack. Shoot it.
Alright. She'll just do her old faithful Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You can only do one of those because you're slowed.
What do I have to do?
Plus 6.
Plus 8.
Plus 8.
Okay, so 19.
Is that it?
Okay. You actually have. Hold on, I gotta read. Okay. That's fine. It does hit.
I'm gonna roll a d10.
Is that this guy?
Yep.
Which charisma? Oh. That's it?
Yep.
Alright, so 9.
9 damage. Cool. You throw one out very slowly. Will take us to Alan Greenspan.
I'm gonna throw a commander strike to Ballstar.
Alright.
Do I get a multi-attack or a single attack?
Yeah, just a single.
Okay. That's a 22.
That's a hit.
That's 12 damage.
Nice. Another butt punch. Anything else, Alan?
I think I'll do the same thing again. I'll use the second. What are those points called?
Superiority.
Yeah, so hit him again.
Alright. Bummer. That's an 11.
That is a miss. I mean, you hit it, it just doesn't do any damage.
It's black.
I'll sit tight.
Alrighty, take us to on off. Your favorite short sword is sitting there precariously, magnetically attracted to the bottom of this building.
I'm confused because I have more like metal things on me, so wouldn't I just be like magnetically put onto it?
That's what flew out of your grasp. You managed to catch everything and like close all of your bags and everything, so it didn't like fly out. It was just a short sword that flew out of your range. Everything else is still pulled towards it, but it's not like flying there because you managed to grasp your bags really quick.
I just look at it and say, fuck it, and then keep going to the southwest on the floor. I'd like to keep going, and as far as I can go.
That's it?
Yep.
Not gonna do anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Terrence.
gonna try and get out of the silence. I'm gonna go left.
Okay.
I can only go
15.
15 feet. That'll get me out though, right?
Yeah, you can go next to the Arbalina.
Alright, and I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb, which I think is a ranged attack. Yeah, ranged spell attack. It's 18.
18 is a hit.
Alright, so that's going to be. Is it open?
Yeah, turn the little thing.
Doesn't Slow have a thing with spells?
Say what?
Doesn't Slow have a thing with spells?
He won't bite you.
It means he only do a bonus action or a standard action. I don't think it has anything to do with casting spells.
So 12 thunder damage.
12 thunder damage. You throw out thunder damage inside the middle of the silence spell, and nothing happens. Which will take us to the pillar's turn. The pillar is going to wail on Muck. That is a 26 and a 26 again. All right.
Bludgeoning?
Yeah, that's just a hit.
14 bludgeoning, and then 24 bludgeoning.
Okay. So I'm resistant to that, so I half it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 and 24?
It is magical. It is magical damage.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Its
for
attacks are considered magical.
That hits for you.
Okay. That's the player's turn. Quincy.
Okay. Slow does have a thing with spells. It's like, so you would roll a d20 if you got an 11 or higher.
I want to say because it's a monster ability, it functions differently than an actual slow spell. Because that's specifically what it says. On a failed save, target can't use reactions. Speed is half. Can't make more than an attack on its turn. In addition, the target can take either an action or a bonus action on its turn. No, not both. That's all it says.
I got you.
So I don't think there's anything that affects him, like the spell. I think it's something like the, I don't know, like it's not as potent as the ability or something.
Alright.
What you doing, Quincy?
I will.
You are in the silence bubble as well.
Yep. How does hang on, I gotta look him up real quick.
So water doesn't do anything.
That's
Where it
weird.
gets half.
Yeah,
Don't buy that.
Thunder didn't do anything at all.
That's because the silence
The
is all
silence.
on.
The thunder. The thunder
double
level.
damage.
Yeah, I guess I'll just drop the silence.
Okay. Boom. It's a free action.
Alright. So I'm trying to look at
So I'm
my
trying to.
sub ability here.
Thunder's the way to go here. You just drop the silence.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
I should have done Crown and Madness.
What?
I mean, we just attack each other.
Maybe.
Well, by the time you turn, you can.
Maybe done it sooner. But if I maybe would have done it, then maybe I would have gotten a hit on the other. But like I could have made that one that died attack the one. So.
This thing is large size?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So I'll attempt to shove him, shield bash him.
To what?
To shield bash him, try to shove him.
All right.
So
Shield bash.
Oh wait, what does the blubber get a turn?
Does the what?
The blubber.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, the blubber elemental. We'll put him after Quincy.
Okay.
It should act above his turn. I just forgot about it.
So you gonna make an athletics check?
Okay. Athletics check for goal. Pillar. Ooh. All right. Damn. 23.
I rolled a 28 with a natural 20.
Badass. I also need you to roll a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 10.
Your shield sticks to his magnetic body
All right.
as it rips out of your grasp.
I do shove him down now.
Yeah, you knock him prone?
Okay. Yeah.
Sweet. That's pretty rad that you knocked a giant stone pillar prone.
I'll swing at him
I want to say that you hit him right in the stone nards.
Right in the rocks.
then. Okay, that's 20, 24, and another natural 20.
Damn.
I will action surge and attack 2 more times.
All right.
Another natural 20.
Jesus. Damn.
Badass.
3 like blocks in a row.
And 17.
That is a hit.
Wait, that's another advantage. But yeah.
4 hits, 2 more crits.
And this is with the new battle axe?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to roll 4 strength and dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Anytime you attack it melee, it's going to stick to your weapon.
If any of them are under a 15, it sticks to his body.
Okay, so I'll roll the damage for the first one, and then I'll roll the first saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 8 damage on the first one, and I rolled a natural 1.
So all the rest is completely negated. Sorry, man.
You have your Minecraft sword though.
As the first, like, oh, that sucks. The 2 crits. Shield in the nerds, and then the axe right next to the thigh, just magnetically stuck to him. Which will take us to the water elemental. What you want him to do?
What cool shit.
What are the things you can do besides just attack?
Multi-attack, slam, whelm.
Right now you have advantage on attack, so might as well just
Yeah, I would probably just punch it.
slam it.
Okay, the jam.
Slam.
Slam.
Come on and slam and flubber to the jet.
So melee.
You think that the slam is the best one?
Well, you'll have advantage on those, and if you use the other special move, you won't have advantage. It's just him trying to do a saving throw against it. But
Why is there a multi-attack one where it says I can do 2 slam attacks?
yeah, that's what you did last time. You did 2 attack rolls and did 2 damage rolls.
Okay.
So for each attack, you roll 2 d20s and take the higher roll.
And add 17.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to do a multi-attack.
Do it.
First is going to be a hit.
Yeah, it's 20.
Okay.
It's 4.
Yeah, that's even before you do the advantage. Alright, so just roll the second one. Roll it again and get advantage.
Okay.
22.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Alright, so we both roll damage.
What was damage again?
2d8
This
plus
guy?
2.
I'm just gonna roll it twice.
for the first one. And you roll a second.
Okay.
So 10.
10 for the second.
Come on inside.
Cool. Yeah, it hits him really, really easily. But again, just those attacks just don't quite do the right. They don't do the magical damage that you need.
That makes no sense.
That those pillars crave. That'll take us to Ballstar. Muck.
Punch time. It's a 22 for the first hit.
Hit.
And a natural 1 for the second.
That's
Wait, but you get advantage because.
Oh yeah, you're right.
oh, nice.
That's 18 for the second hit. Is that it?
That's a hit.
Sweet. Okay, that is 13 damage and 15. Total of 28 damage.
Awesome. How do you want to do this?
Do you remember the Homestar Runner old-timey cartoons when Strongstad would just disappear in a cloud of smoke? You're gonna
Yeah.
punch him and he just turns to gas.
He just explodes in a puff of stone dust. Crumple. The red flashing light and the dwarf voice that kept saying unauthorized presence detected slows down and like glitches out like and the light stops blinking and just goes red.
Do the weapons fall to the floor?
That's gone.
Oh, as Dave's short sword falls into the lava underneath.
Is Quincy's shield an axe in the room?
Yeah. As soon as he went to dust, both of those clattered to the floor.
I picked them up.
Okay. The doors are still closed. Now would be a good time to take a quick fire if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to use that to decode something later.
Yeah, probably.
Speed up peanut butter dessert thing.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much just a punch boy from now on. I can't really cast any spells without ice. Bummer.
I'm very disappointed
I'm disappointed in myself.
in science.
That's gonna be so good.
Yeah, so I'm reading about like the bag of devouring.
Oh yeah, Dave
Yeah.
had a sweet plan.
No, it's not. I don't think it would work. I guess it only works on flesh.
Really?
Yeah. So this whole time,
Well, what?
using like inanimate objects that aren't flesh.
And
wouldn't
John
have
just didn't
worked.
know that?
I don't
Yeah.
think have you really used it that much?
No.
I feel like the people that you have hit with it have been like
Fleshy.
fleshy boys. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also just reading this article. Somebody was saying they were, making this massive campaign, and there was like a big story where, this whole army was getting together to like overtake the world, and all that was left were like a couple characters they had come across in their campaign, a bag of devouring, and I guess had cut the campaign short by like 10 sessions just because one of them was like, yeah, okay, I'll just pull it over their head. Failed a grapple check for the bag of devouring, and like the big baddie just died.
Well, you did that with that little Fey guy.
Right.
In my
I mean,
like sub thing. So you were supposed to do 10 other
he
things,
slowed him down and
and just bag of devoured his head.
very confused now because of the inanimate object thing. But it's like a house. It must be like a house thing. Somebody just has to check it out.
So you just let you put like inanimate stuff in it.
Right. You can put inanimate stuff, and it's a cursed item. So the idea is that like you feel something in there, and then you put your hand, whoops, and it actually swallows you whole. It doesn't just take. But then again, yeah, he's a DM. He can do what he wants. I'm just very confused.
So what did you try just now that he didn't allow?
He just gave like a big, dumb, superfluous explanation for a yes or no question, and I got very annoyed.
It was a lot of jargon, and there wasn't actually any contention. It was Dave saying, "What are you saying?" And John trying to figure out rules to match it. I don't know. I don't understand bonus action and free action. What is the difference?
You have an action, and then you have a bonus action to use an object, right? Or
Only your specific class of rogue does.
has an action
None
or a
of us
bonus
can
action.
none of us can use a bonus action to dash or use an action or anything.
So
We just have
do
actions.
I'm confused then. So I only have one bonus action.
Right. But you can use like a bonus
Punch
action
boys.
as a regular action.
Okay, but then you can dash, and then that negates another action, right? You can give up your action to dash.
Yes.
Anyone
You
can.
can give up
Yeah, we
your
can all do
action
that.
or your bonus action.
Okay, so I could have used my bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Weird.
Free action isn't really a thing in the book. Like, it's just like talking is a free action.
Dicks out for her.
Okay. So basically, just rogues have an extra dash that can use whenever.
Yeah, but using the
Or
bonus action.
disengage, or hide.
Okay.
Yeah, hide.
Or if I want to disengage, that would be my action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Will he eat the pretzel? Is it good?
For the bird.
I don't give him stuff like that a lot. But he likes it.
How do we know that he likes it?
Hmm?
How do we know that he likes it?
He loves crunchy, salty things. Because there's, like, if it were fruit, he wouldn't eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
What about anything in the Edo variety? I
What
guess
do they eat in
Frito
the real
or
world?
Hmm?
There's nothing crunchy and salty
Nuts.
in the real
They'll
world.
like use their teeth to like crack nuts and stuff.
Well,
Birds
like,
love crunchy,
potato,
like bugs
carby
or something?
things.
Potato chip bugs.
Seeds are crunchy.
Yeah.
Bugs in general, I feel like, would be pretty crunchy. I don't know, so that X is going.
Not all birds eat bugs, I don't think.
Just seeds.
Seeds.
Okay.
And fruit.
You ever tried to give them like broccoli?
No, he used to eat like fruit for me, but then he just started eating all my French fries. Got hooked.
I got him on the pepperoni diet. That's all he'll eat now. Pepperonis.
He used to like when I'd be eating, he'd be like at our for some reason he was like on our table, our like dining room table, and I would eat there, and he would be like stalking my plate. And he was like, so I started like giving a little bit to him.
You wouldn't just fly all over the house.
His cage was closed. He was like in his cage on the dining room table, but he'd be like in his cage, like super into whatever I was doing.
Alright.
You know what? You guys should have tried to drill into his head. No, that'd be too sad.
But at least it's slow enough
He's
for
too
him to
old to
be
learn
area.
anything now.
What was that?
He's too old to learn anything.
Yeah.
I haven't been from Canada.
You had him do it?
He only does Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Jingle Bells, and he used to go. He doesn't do it anymore.
Shaving a
He
haircut?
just like bangs his face on the page. And he used to like run his beak up and down the like rungs of the thing.
Like an inmate?
Yeah.
Coffee cup.
But we were watching him the other night and he was like doing something weird where he was like moving across the bars. But maybe it was just yeah, it was like a weird remnant.
Side shuffle.
It was
put his
funny.
feet up on bars and just left and right, left, right.
He just looked super indecisive. Like he was just no.
How much of just like a turd scrotum would he look like without his feathers?
A
Flesh ball with legs.
He would look pathetic. I don't
Yeah.
think he would look nasty.
He lost a big feather. You see that?
He will all the time. As long as he's not bleeding everywhere.
Does that happen?
He's super clumsy. He'll like fall. You'll like hear a big crash and it's just because he fell. It's pretty clumsy.
Charlie took a tumble.
Yeah, they have blood feathers, and if they lose one, it's kind of like us, like cutting an artery.
Wow.
Yeah, it can be bad. And that's happened to him before. I just have to like nurse him. He's like, nothing's allowed to squeak in here.
That just sounded like a clown horn. You got that chocolate peanut butter.
It's a drawer without a runner. Just a wood drawer.
Just wood. Speaking on wood. My favorite Coltrane album. Speaking on wood.
Yeah, I think he destroyed it. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Hi, did you like that? You didn't like me? Yes, well, there's a recharge. Good job, hungry boy.
Who sings Walking in Memphis?
Some crap ass country singer, probably.
I feel like I should know that.
I hear like it's a Jack FM thing. It's not like a Star whatever country 6.5. Is it that new of a song? No, it's like a shitty 80s song.
2005.
Is it that new?
God.
Okay.
Week old cookies.
That's the one.
Mark Crohn's disease. Probably. Yeah, 91. Yeah, I knew it. It's good. How'd you do the Choco Top?
It's a ganache.
Yeah, you've done good.
That's just equal parts heavy cream and chocolate.
This is good as fuck, dude.
Good rule.
I had some in beer.
A ganache, yeah.
Let's get ganache deep.
This is very, very good. What are the crispums?
Graham cracker dust.
Yeah, I thought it was right there.
Fingernails.
Where did you find this recipe?
My mom used to make something like that. With whatever leftover stale cereal we had.
Clever mommy.
Texture's choice.
Some of the descriptions for looking up D&D music are great. It's 2 hours of dark ambient fantasy. That's all I listen to. Is dark ambient fantasy.
Lots of wet noise.
Wet
I feel like anime is oddly like hypersexual and asexual all at once.
What do you get the asexual thing? I definitely get the hypersexual thing.
I just feel like it's such a like something so innocent about it.
Innocence can be sexy.
Hmm?
So innocence can be sexy.
What's that?
Did you get that Instagram link I shot you?
The one.
It's my favorite page, Clickhole. They just like post a lot of nonsense. So they have this sub group called Patriot Hole. That's just this guy like in an Alex Jones format.
I ground the nuts myself.
It's very, very good.
I ground them nuts and then I put chocolate on it.
You made peanut butter too?
Yeah.
And ding.
It's very good. I don't give a shit about desserts.
I'll get some.
Alright, go burger.
It's like perfect. Like the crunch is so crisp. It's got that crunch crisp.
The Totino's crunch.
I crave it.
400 degrees for optimal crunch.
It's my favorite.
Gotta get that right.
Oh, come on, you gotta help me. Be my friend.
Well done.
These guys all set?
We're good.
I feel like Charlie just needs a fifth of his body weight in pretzel.
Oh, you gave him one?
Yeah, like a whole one. And he's just like going crazy over there.
Oh, my bones are full of air.
Yeah, it's like me eating a watermelon.
Yeah.
So you guys are currently in the pillar room. Whole bunch of rubble and other shit. What do you do?
So we gotta be careful not to fall, yeah?
It looks like that western portion is, well, anything that was fragile is just gone. So it's just a huge pit in the middle of this room.
Okay.
Hey,
Or
Quincy,
to the north.
I just, I want to give you another high five. Just for doing such a great job.
Yeah, thanks. Did you see I knocked over that big ass statue?
Heck yeah. Can I roll another sleight of hand check to prick his hand?
He's still bleeding.
Oh. Okay.
While they're doing that, can I investigate the door to the west?
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation.
That's very bad. That's all I'll say.
I high five him and then just flick blood on the door to the west.
Okay. You do that. You high five, or yeah, you flick the blood. There's a little bit of. Nothing happens aside from that.
Well, she.
Also, there's a whole bunch of rubble in the room too.
All right, I'm gonna use mold earth to just punch the door out.
Okay.
Do you want to check
Slorp, blorp, blark.
want to check if there's anything under the rebel? Under the rebel.
And I don't want to disturb any bones.
Disturb the bones.
Yeah, I guess before we leave the room, look around without disturbing.
Okay. Anybody who wants to look? Anybody who wants to look, roll investigation check. If you're trying not to disturb any of the bones, then I'll give you disadvantage.
Natural 20.
Badass. That was with disadvantage?
No, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna disturb the bones.
Okay. The first thing you do is that you step on a skull, and the skull just shatters. There's a silence. Nothing happens. Roll percentile dice for me.
Okay.
Percentile dice. Find one. So that's the one with the double digits and then a D10.
You gotta decide which one would be the tens, please.
All right, 41.
As you go through, what looks to be like the remnants of like a small chest or something. The chest itself, there's just like rotted, old clothes in it that are just tattered and full of holes. But there's a brush on top of it that is perfectly intact. As a matter of fact, you do like a little detect magic on it. It's got a little bit of magic.
Like a hairbrush.
Arcana check.
Sure.
24.
24. This is a clothes brush that can completely clean a set of clothes from any alien substance just by touching it.
Fantasy time to go.
Yeah.
Tide stick.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Anybody else look?
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
I used the brush on the fire robe to try and get the stank off of it.
Absolutely, it gets the stink off of it. It actually makes it a brilliant, like, safety red that you can almost see just like a hint of, like, it reflects a whole bunch of light. You can see there's almost like a hollow foil pattern on it with just like these little flames whenever the light hits it.
Alright, Quincy's looking good.
I do a turn.
Is everybody done in the room?
Yes.
I think so. I'd like to, I guess, climb up a wall that's near the hole in the roof, and then put a grappling hook at the top of it. Is there anything to fasten?
He was able to turn that stone door in the mud, so it just worked.
Well, I do it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you can fasten the grappling hook to the ceiling if you'd like.
And then I unfasten
Okay. Did you guys end up buying that dancing rope or whatever?
I don't think we did.
Like the infinite rope?
Okay. There was an infinite rope, and then there was a rope that you could use to, like, it could just attach itself or wrap somebody up.
Sounds like we want that.
Don't think so.
I don't think. Yeah, I guess you could buy it. It was pretty expensive. Cool. So yeah, you slurp to the door. The door leads out. And then as you peek your head out, it looks like there's another thin passage to the north that leads to the eastern side of the large bridge.
Yay. We've come from this from every angle.
Yeah. What can we do? Like, all we can do is head east, right? Or what?
I guess I'd head east on the bridge and then look north to see if I can see the, like, hydralisks under the bridge, maybe.
Okay, put yourself where you want to look.
Maybe like 5 spaces. Not quite. Like on the east-west.
Okay. Are you looking into the pit, or are you just looking north?
Give me a sweep. I don't know. Looking.
Okay. I'll remind you that the hydralisks, they ended up running to the east, but when they were along the big bridge, they went underneath the bridge and then started
Yeah.
crawling on the wall on the east side and went crawling into the pit.
Gotcha. Okay. So no Hydralisks. Hey guys, looks fine.
Alright. Alright, let's head up. Are there still bugs up
Okay,
there?
but
Do you see any
you
bugs?
can't quite see from here.
Can't quite see any bugs.
Alright. Let's be on guard.
Forward.
It's Beyonce's half cousin.
Be on guard.
What's a half cousin?
Someone in a wheelchair?
It's a small cousin. Hey everybody, this is my small cousin Daniel. He fits in my pocket.
Daniel Small cousin.
I give him markers to use as batons. So yeah, put yourselves wherever you want to be on the
Moving in.
map.
Is your flubber still alive?
She stays around for 24 hours.
You got a flubber following you.
Oh yeah, send him.
Yeah, send him ahead. He's dispensable. Like water.
Although he might start evaporating pretty quick.
If he goes near the heat. Yeah.
But he can just like.
Can I roll a sneak to go north then and go up to the connecting? So 1,
Do you
2,
want to send him ahead?
Yeah,
Stay there
sure.
with us.
4, 5, 6.
Will he be a useful like spy of any kind?
Roll a stealth 6 up.
You probably won't.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't like. We need to be able
Is
to
that 6?
see to tell them what to do.
Okay,
You're
so
kind of like
8.
the one that's connected to him.
But that doesn't mean it can. Well, it can talk to
those
me if
two
it knows.
Yeah.
I know it's not really.
I mean, you directly.
What was your did you roll stealth, Dave?
But that doesn't mean it can communicate.
That's a 19.
Okay. You get up here. You can see look across the bridge. Looks like the bridge itself looks pretty unstable as well, with lots of large holes in it. There are a series of very concentrated, very meticulously placed, glowing red ore in specific places. Seemingly mined and put here for some reason, but you cannot. It doesn't seem there's any activity. Whatever put these this ore in piles doesn't seem to be here any longer. I think you guys scouted it out, like in the first session of all this, and there were tiny, about 1 or 2 foot little bugs that were climbing into the abyss and coming back up here and placing new material and then going back down.
Question. If I were if I were to
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
harvest said red ore, that I wouldn't have anything in the thieves' tools, would I?
Like a pickaxe? Probably not. But like I said, most of this red ore that's still sitting there pulsing has already been harvested into tiny, like about fist-sized chunks.
Yeah, let's take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some. Can't?
We have no. Unless we just hold it on our person.
Remember, you guys are also carrying a keg each of black powder.
Our bags of holding are like full with black
My
powder.
bag of colding is not full.
Yes, it is.
What?
We stuffed it in both bags.
Oh shit! You're right. Damn it.
Yeah, you guys are loaded up with high explosives.
Okay. You want to press west or north then?
I have a backpack.
I have my spider bag. My black
I
spider
just want
bag.
to grab a few things and stuff them in my pockets.
Okay. You grab a couple fist-sized chunks. It's like a black ore that has veins of pulsing red in it.
do that. Stuff one in the spider bag.
Okay. There seems you see the delicately the laid out ore. As you look to the east, Dave, you do notice there be a door.
Check to see if it's secret.
No. As a matter of fact, it has a large dwarf carved into it. Kind of the same that you saw on the stone doors, except this is like door size. A very just like no eyes, just like helmet, hair coming out of the helmet, angry eyebrows, and an angry beard.
Hey, just be on your guard. There's another door here if anybody wants to check it out.
Is the expression on this door meaner than it was in the last one? In that dome?
No, it's the same. It's the same sigil, except it's not as detailed as the king door at the very top.
Come on in, the
Old
water's
blood?
fine.
And then you also see that this tunnel, well, from where you are, Dave, no, that's all you can see.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's get up to the door.
Put yourselves where you want to be.
Where's the door? Oh, right there.
Y'all can move yourselves from your phones. How long do we have the water elemental?
24 hours.
Really?
Or until it evaporates and it's very hot place.
I thought it was a minute. That's awesome.
No, it's. I thought it was at least a long.
I had like a 5th level spell where I can bring one, but it only lasts a minute.
Everybody else set?
I can conjure elementals, but it only lasts for a minute.
So there's the door to the north, and then it looks like this tunnel bends backwards, serpentine-like, in on itself. This tunnel has a series of pickaxes and carts and stuff next to the walls here, because the walls seem to have particularly large deposits of this red glowing pulsing ore in the walls here. However, I need one person to roll a perception check.
I got you.
14.
Okay, it's actually pretty easy. You notice that there's a series of mine carts and pickaxes and like just kind of tools to mine all along the side of the tunnel that you can see so far. The weird thing is that all of the ore is untouched, and there are still carts full of the ore.
The same red ore?
Yeah.
And where is this, on the east wall?
It's all along this tunnel to the south.
Oh.
So it's something strange, like, I don't know. It looks like it looks like they were in the middle of mining it pretty heavily, but it doesn't seem like any of the ore has depreciated at all. It looks like the ore is still there in full quantities.
Okay. I want to like walk up to one of them, like a minecart or something.
Okay.
Just like inspect it. Like, is there like a layer of dust on the card, or like?
Yeah, there's a large layer of dust all over the cartoon. And actually, as you go a little bit farther south, you see this bends again, its way backwards again, and there's still, this is the heaviest concentration of the ore, but it's all kind of into this tunnel. This is where most of the mining supply seems to be.
Okay. Do we want to keep going down here, or do we want to try to open this door?
Check out the door.
Yeah,
I'll
I
check out the
agree.
door.
I'll try the blood.
Okay. You set your hand, put it in on the door. Nothing happens. This does seem to have a very easily seen handle, the door handle.
I open.
Check for traps.
You open it,
Yeah, I already said it.
touch the door handle, and you turn it. It seems to catch the relief of the dwarf. Its mouth opens, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
The one trap in the entire dungeon.
Oh, you guys did it already? Damn. It's 19.
How much?
19.
Nice. You do succeed. However, you still take damage.
No, it don't. Because it got Shield Master. If you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw.
Badass. Because this would have been 8d10 worth of damage. As soon as the mouth opens, molten lead comes spilling out of the mouth. And you see as soon as the mouth opens, you're like, oh shit! You put your shield up and just lead just.
Hell
As it starts to kind of pulls around your boots a little bit, you take a few steps back as it just kind of like licks and there's just this terrible burning smell.
That was a close one. You want to try to disarm it and see if it's still engaged or something, or?
There's molten lead on the ground.
I'll freeze the
They're-
lead.
they're- How?
With freeze. I have like a frost cantrip. This is the one that I used to freeze all of the.
Oh, okay.
We also have
It'll take you-
Flubsy.
What?
We have Flubsy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, actually, pretty easily. He could just like melt down and freeze, cool all the lead. He comes back up a little more dirty. He's not as clear, pure water. He's got just weird chunks floating in of molten lead, lead that's cooled. But he manages to, get rid of all the heat.
Okay, walk up to the door and roll to disarm.
Roll an investigation check first.
Okay. 14.
It's pretty easy to see. Although this is not a one-off trap, it seems to be slowly resetting itself. Because it's already gone off, it seems you are in a window where the trap cannot be reactivated. As the mouth that's currently open, every couple of seconds goes click, just a little bit more closed, and then click, a little bit more closed.
I'll just wait. And then just
For the trap to reset?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
disarm it.
You wait for the trap to reset. The mouth closes entirely. You hear a rush of fluid behind the door.
Is that a dex? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
That's a 20.
Awesome. Yeah. You manage to disengage or whatever is inside that lock that triggers the opening of the mouth as you just put a really fine tool in. Pull the fine tool out of the handle. Look at everybody go, hey, watch this. Click, 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 click. Nothing. Disarm the trap.
Sweet.
Nice.
Can I check it for any other traps? Okay. Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
19.
You don't see any other traps.
Alright, I'll just try to open the door.
Do it. Sleight of hand.
Oh, too late now. It's a 19 again.
Yep, that's enough. Click, click, click. Tumble, tumble, tumble. Unlock. It's a large deadbolt. Gets slid back into the door. It's a push door, so
I pull it.
doesn't work. The trap activates.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to pull it cautiously, or pull it cautiously, and then nothing happens again. But push it cautiously, just to crack, so I can kind of poke my head in.
Okay. There's a very large sound of stone grinding on stone. You get just a little sliver as you look into the darkness. You can see a little bit more. Seems to be a hallway with something about 20 feet in that's glowing, giving off its own kind of ambient red light.
Ambient red wind? Light.
Light. Ambient wind. That's what I'm calling all of my farts from now on.
That's my furry name, Ambient Wind.
I'm a seagull. Seagull furry. Ambient wind.
I'm actually a silver cockatrice.
Oh yes, absolutely. With blades on its
feathers, yeah.
little peaks. Yeah. It's a Sonic character.
Ambient red light, eh?
Yes.
I pull out the fist-sized ore that I have. Is it giving off a similar red light?
Yep.
Okay. I take my red ore and I chuck it back down the pit.
Okay. Bloop.
Yeah, I guess I'll just try to make a halfling-sized opening in the door, and then just kind of investigate.
Slip in.
I'll roll a stealth. It's 29.
Okay. The first thing you see while you're walking in is to your left and right are barred doors leading into small cells with spiked walls. As you enter the middle chamber, you can see 4 forges cast of black iron and their surface laced with flecks of red. A black, oily liquid still fills a cooling bath. A red iron altar with an anvil stands in the middle of the room. The concave of it, the concave top of the anvil, worn smooth and surrounded by intricate webwork of grooves stained red-black. There is still a red, gooey ichor that stains the grooves of the anvil.
Take a little bit on my finger and I No, I do not do that.
Okay.
Can I
And then there's
check
just
to see if
there's more of these spike line cells just surrounding the strange little altar. And then there's a hallway that seems to go to the north.
I'm gonna say this is some kind of like sacrificial chamber or something. Can I go to try to open up, I guess, the cell door to my left?
Sure.
I do that.
It's definitely still locked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's locked. As you peek in, you notice that there is remnants of cloth and bones.
Can I detect to see if there's any magic on the red anvil and the altar?
I don't know if there... Can you detect magic?
Is it just a roll?
Are you trained in Arcana?
I have a +1 to Arcana.
You can try, sure.
Alright. It's a 9.
You have no idea.
Okay. Hey Terrence, this thing is glowy. Might want to check it out.
Alright, I'll go in the room.
You go into the room, you see 4 forges cast of black irons, the surface laced in flecks of red, black oily liquid still feels a cooling bath, a red iron altar, an anvil stands in the middle of the room, concave top warm, smooth and surrounded by an intricate webwork of grooves stained red-black, with a icky black ichor still staining the grooves.
I think this is just a forge. But I'll do an Arcana check on it.
Sure.
21.
Yeah, it's not really like arcane in nature. It's actually mostly divine of nature. But there's definitely some sort of strange, weird magic going on here. As you look through, you notice that the black oily liquid in the cooling bath, you kind of kick the container it's in. It's coagulated and viscous.
I drop one of the pieces of ore into the liquid.
Okay. You drop one of the pieces of ore in the liquid. There's actually a slight bubble from it. As the viscosity lowers, it turns more into like a liquid-esque. Because once it starts going more liquid, instead of like oily black, it begins to turn a dark, muggy red. And begins to smell like wet pennies.
Oh, Quincy.
I'll check it out. Can I do a nature check on it?
Sure.
Where is my thing?
There's some dwarven tomfoolery going on here.
That's an 18 for nature.
That's fucking blood. That is ancient coagulated blood in the cooling bath.
I'm looking around for any like statues or idols or
There's really not. Like, the anvil and altar kind of seems to be built into one, but the anvil itself has so many like intricate carvings and webworks in the groove that it seems to be, the anvil seems to be the focus here.
Sure. Are there any insignias that I can recognize on the anvil?
Roll a religion check.
Ballstar turns into a great big exclamation point.
Hey, Alan, is there any of this creep around here that you were pointing out before?
17.
I don't think so, but I'll wander in and look for a creep.
Okay. No, you don't see any creeping here. With the 17 religion, you don't know precisely like what these markings are, but it is not the good kind of divine. This is the bad kind of divine. This is like underworld, hell, demon shit.
I think someone's trying to summon a demon or something.
I need someone to let me talk. So I'm just going to turn to Big Lips talking.
Alright, I have a spell for this.
I used to have a spell for this.
What is my spell?
Well, technically, you speak Terran, which sounds like grinding earth. It's very hard for other humanoids to understand, but it is the language. It's called Terran. So if you have a spell called Comprehend Languages, you can understand it.
I do have that.
Sweet.
Alright, so he can talk.
Okay, but only the Terrans.
There's old goofy blood in here. It's real brown.
Ballstar says that this is actually blood, and it decoagulated when I put the ore in it, so... There's some... They're using this ore for something.
Currently?
No, not necessarily. Although...
Well, inside this room, there is just caked layer of dust. It looks like nobody's been in here in centuries.
We did see those bugs harvesting it, so maybe another party has found a use for it.
I thought the bugs were harvesting the red ore.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I thought we were talking about old blood in a container.
Yeah, it was like this goopy stuff, and I put ore into it, and it turned into blood. It like uncoagulated.
Or the blood is dissolved in the ore or something, right? Or some reaction.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Should we like pour it out or something?
Just don't pour it on the altar. I'll take like a stick and try to like fish out the ore, see if it's still in
Okay.
there.
You fish out, you take the stick. The ore is covered in blood, but it hasn't seemed to dissipate at all.
Alright, and then does anything happen in the bucket?
Yeah, you wait about a minute, and then the blood just immediately starts to coagulate again to a black, viscous substance.
So if we put more than one in, do you think that in fact would strengthen?
I just think it indicates that there's some arcane divine power to this ore that's able to be channeled for one purpose or another. I'm gonna empty all of the coal out of my pockets and replace it with the red ore.
Okay. Why did you have a lot of coal?
You needed it for like find familiar or whatever.
Yeah, I needed it to do my little incantation.
You needed one lump, but you took like 20 pounds.
I took like 40 pounds of coal.
Did you know you need bat guano to cast Fireball? You don't need it in this edition, but like in the old, in second edition, they had recipes for every spell that you had to have these fucking components, and it was like bat guano in a match in order to cast Fireball. It's so fucking stupid. I highly recommend looking at the older editions because they're hilarious. Just so fucking nerdy. Gary Gygax was a goddamn maniac.
Well, there's a hallway up here. We need to figure out where that goes.
This blood's old as fuck. There's no reason it shouldn't be dried up. Something weird is going on.
Yes.
How do you know? Oh wait,
I'm
you can see.
I think this place is like something like
Do you still have detect good and evil?
deconcentrated. No, but I just know that it would be.
Well, didn't you try to detect good and evil? earlier. We
It's
just,
the other side of the
yeah, where you just got the sense that all of this was desecrated.
Yeah. So
This is probably the source of it.
Yeah, it's probably the source. So
Is the anvil? Does it look like it's possible to move the anvil off of the altar?
It looked like it might be, but I mean, it's a fucking anvil, so it weighs like 400 pounds.
That's a big anvil.
We got an anvil at work, steel anvil. It's like the size of a birthday cake. It weighs like 150 pounds. Solid steel.
well, you try to blow it up.
If we all just tried to lift it, it'd be a lot of checks, but.
I'll just say to Terrence, is this something we really want to do? I thought we were trying to be stealthy. Not trying to cleanse the mind.
I guess I just don't want a demon on our ass.
But if we fuck with a demon's lair, whatever.
I really want to kick over the blood.
I think it's related to Quincy somehow.
Well, he made it sound like all the mining equipment out in the hall should have decayed long ago, but it looks like it's fresh. What if it's just preserving everything?
I didn't get that impression. I thought they just like left in a hurry.
Well, this is like an old mine.
Yeah.
Centuries ago.
Yeah. No one's lived there
I'll just go ahead and tell you what I was trying to say with the mine carts and everything. It's not they left in a hurry. It's like the ore grew back.
Huh.
That's what I was trying to say. Because their carts were full, but it doesn't look like any of the large things of ore were depleted at all.
Alright. Well, weird. I guess we can move on if you guys want.
Does anyone have a sponge?
I would have a sponge. I need to get a sponge.
Can we fashion a sponge out of some fabric and a stick?
No, it'd be a shitty sponge.
Because if it's dwarf blood,
I have an empty jar.
Yeah, let's take some. Let's take some with us.
I'll just take some with you.
if it happens to be dwarf blood, we could just like shoot it out of the jar instead of having to slice his arm every time.
And it might be more pure or whatever than mine.
Okay, I'll put some in a jar.
Okay. It's very ancient, old moldy blood. It's more like Jello at this point.
Alright, everybody cool with me opening this door?
Open it.
I don't know if you want to check for traps.
Sure, I'll do that.
I need to figure out the
Which door are you opening?
display is the new key.
Which door are we opening?
The one that goes to the north.
Oh no, that's just it's just a hallway. It's not a door.
Oh,
Do you want to check any of the torture cells? Or just heading on?
Yeah, I don't know. Might be.
What did you say? The spiky cells.
We're surrounded by torture cells.
Yeah, can I pick one of the locks, I guess? And.
Sure, you can just take 20 on it. It's fine. It'll take you about 30 minutes, but you can pick all the locks.
Okay.
You spend 30 minutes in here. The longer you guys are in here, the more kind of unnerving just the whole thing feels. But you do manage to get all of the gates open. Most of the cells have lots of chains. It looks like the chains are kind of made as like a pulley system where somebody would pull on one of the chains, and whatever manacle was around what was in the cells, manacles or whatever, would be pulled towards the wall spikes, presumably hung there and bled. Tons of chains, no beds, nothing for food. Like, these are not really like cells to tame, these are just cells to kill somebody.
Are there little channels that lead to the center?
And as you guys spend here longer, you notice the intricate webworks spider off into the stonework, and then go to each one of the cells. You notice that there's just little channels for the blood to get to the center into the anvil.
Indigo blood.
So, north?
I'd like to leave now.
Northward.
Yes, north.
Northward. Who's going?
A sneak. 23.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. You go north. So you go north. You go up here, and then you reach a very similar door to the one to the south. The same looking stone dwarf face. And this leads onto the landing where you guys would have, if you would have gone east when you first got here.
Nothing else here? No secret doors?
I check for secret doors.
Roll an investigation check.
Fully exhausted this map, other than that south.
There's the pit.
We've been very thorough.
There's the pit with the controls in Bastion.
Yeah.
That went down so far, though.
Yeah. That is a 21.
21?
21.
Yeah, sure, why not? You find a secret door, Dave. You find a secret door right about over here, and it leads, it looks like, to the east.
Okay, is it a hallway? Is it...
I mean, you just see the door at this point.
Okay, check for traps.
Okay.
That's 21 again. No, that's 17. Sorry.
17? Okay.
17.
No, you don't see any traps. You actually don't see any, you don't see any handle either. What you do see is like, well, you know those ice locks? Like a thing on the door?
Yeah.
You can, that's what made you see the secret door in the first place. That there's just a very small slot that didn't match the rest of the stonework. Yeah, but it looks like some sort of like ice slot or something. There's no way for you to grab it on this side, but with your thieves' tools, you could try to open it.
Okay.
Ice lock.
I thought it was ice block. Yeah. Can't.
Ice block?
That's what we thought you said at first.
Oh, I block. like a secret, like like club doors and shit. Okay.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah,
who dat?
I guess I'll try to pry it open.
Okay. I was gonna say you don't really need to roll. You can just get your thieves' tools in there and kind of just get in between a small crack and manage to. Like it's pretty heavy on the other side, but you manage to kind of open it, and it opens into a cavity.
Into a what? A
It
cavity?
It seems to open up into a cavity into this wall, presumably the room that the secret door leads to.
Interesting.
Can I put my hands inside the slot and try and force the thing open?
It's just like this big. It's like mail slot. So even if you got a hand in there, like you wouldn't be able to like get your whole forearm. It's just like that. It's like that big.
Terrence, can you turn into a fart, go into the eye hole, and then open it from the other side?
I could probably like mud my way through there, right?
Mud it.
Mugged up.
Yeah, if you want. You just kind of meld your way through the stone. You come into a small wood-paneled room. As you look out, so the slot, the eye slot they were looking in, it looks like a normal door, like something you could open. It's just very well camouflaged on the other side. However, you do see a very wicked-looking contraption. If someone were to peer into the eye hole from the outside, from where they are, it looks like there's some sort of device that would swing down on a hinge with a long 1.5 foot spike right where someone's eyes would be.
Oof.
Alright. I'm gonna crawl up the wall and just punch the shit out of the machine.
Okay. And then, yeah, you can open the door from there.
Okay.
The door opens out, and there's a very wicked-looking eye hole trap that he seems to have damaged. This small room, like I said, wood-paneled. There is like a clothes hanger, like a little like closet, like a wardrobe. And there is a small little chest that looks like with a very ornate-looking velvet red cloth trimmed in gold that's draped over the chest, over the box on the ground.
I just leave the room at this point. Getting the fuck away from that chest.
Can I pick up any of the spare parts that aren't damaged from that trap?
Sure. There's a couple of 1.5 foot long stainless steel spikes that are like at a cross.
Could the velvet cloth be used as a tablecloth?
It's not quite that big. It's just draped over the box on the ground. Very small, like maybe a nightstand table.
It'd make a lovely centerpiece.
Ball Star's eyeballs in the middle. Is the chest locked?
You actually don't know. It's got that velvet covering over the chest. So it's like a blanket over the chest, and there's also the wardrobe. Like a large wardrobe.
I'm going to use a 10-foot pole to try to move the cloth off the chest.
Careful with that cloth.
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
It's just on off in the room, right?
You're in the room.
I left. No,
Oh, you left?
The chest is like, nope.
Okay.
I'll stick in the doorway.
Okay. 10-foot pole. You try to poke the velvet cloth, move it off of the chest. As soon as you move it off the chest, Dave, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, 17.
spell. Gotta let that load up.
I found a demon dick in a box.
The box.
How are those?
Good.
I can't remember the name of the thing. You do manage to succeed, Dave. You still take half damage. I want you to imagine this spell is scary, but I rolled a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 on a d12.
Oh.
So that was what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 19, half of 19 necrotic damage. But you also lose, it would have been all, but you lose half of your healing surges, or your hit dice.
Oh.
As soon as that happens, there's just this like eruption of just necrotic energy. And you feel like just a little bit of your soul gets sucked out of your face as you're a little black ghost. Just a little tiny, like it looks like it's almost sucked out of his form and slams back in.
God bless you.
But you've uncovered the chest. The chest is just a very dark-looking wood, something that's really out of place here in a dwarven fortress. You don't see a lot of wood. It's very well polished, fit with gold fittings on it.
Mahogany.
You said how much necrotic damage, John? Sorry.
Half of 19. So take just take 9.
Fuck, I'll try to open it.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be a lock on it. As you open it up, it just opens up. You find inside a you find 3 triangular platinum coins bearing the marks of a kingdom you've never seen before. You see a scroll with a very, very strange set of numbers, but the numbers are like upside down and backwards. It's almost hard to read. Just like looking at these like strange set of numbers on this little piece of paper just almost hurts your head. And then there's also a series of well, this is gonna sound weird, but there's a smaller box inside of the chest, also wood as well. It just has a simple golden clasp on it that looks like you can put a lock through, but there's nothing in there. As you open that up, there's a set of brilliant-looking paints and a very pigments. And then there is a very masterful-looking brush.
Paintbrush.
Makes me miss Falco.
What could have been?
I pour a little out for my homie.
You still have your homie, right? You still have him in a
I do.
little jar, right?
Yep.
Shit.
So you found the 3 platinum coins from a kingdom you've never even heard of, a piece of paper with a set of numbers on it that hurts your head to look at, and then the set of paints.
I just take him to Terrence, I guess. Tell him to check him out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. Cool. There's no magic on the paper or the coins. However, even you, with your kind of higher intelligence, you look at this piece of paper, and it just automatically makes your head swim. Just like the strange combination of strange symbols and numbers that are upside down and backwards. Just like it's almost like staticking your mind out when you look at it. It's very bizarre. The pigments, however, are radiant magic.
Alright, I will roll on the paint.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
You know they're magical, but you just have no idea what these could possibly do.
I'll take a peek at him.
Okay.
Worse.
I think Barbalina can do it too, right? Isn't she trained in Arcana? Or does anybody have access to the Identify spell?
Oh, I do, but does anyone else have it?
You can ritual cast it.
What?
You can take 10 minutes to cast it without using the slot.
Oh, okay. I'll ritual cast identify.
Okay. You guys spend 10 minutes more in this unnerving place. However, you do get this, and paste it over the group. These are wondrous pigments, they're called. Hold on.
Bob Ross's land.
Did you guys get it?
Not yet.
Oh, it says message failed to send. God damn it. The hell? Okay, fine. Maybe I'll just do it. Chunks. Kadunka chunks.
John is typing.
There's the thing. That's so great. This is a very great thing.
I have an emergency. I need you to paint me an MC Escher.
What is going on?
I need that staircase pronto.
This is like a Paper Mario 2 item.
It's oh wow, that's a long okay. You can paint three-dimensional objects in 2 dimensions. The paint flows from the brush to form the desired object as you concentrate on its image. Each pot can cover up to 1,000 square feet of a surface, which lets you create inanimate objects or terrain features, such as a door, pit, flowers, trees, cells, rooms, or weapons that are up to 10,000 cubic feet. Wow. It takes 10 minutes to cover 100 square feet. When you complete the painting, the object or terrain feature depicted becomes a real, non-magical object. Thus, painting a door on a wall creates an actual door that can be opened to whatever is beyond. Painting a pit on the floor creates a real pit, and a step counts against the total area of object you create. Nothing created by the pigments can have a value greater than 25 gold. If you paint an object of greater value, such as a diamond or a pile of gold, it looks authentic, but close inspection reveals it to be made from paste.
No, it's always paste. It's always paste.
If you paint a form of energy,
It's always really salty but kind of delicious paste.
it's just a raw roux.
I mean, the door thing alone sounds amazing.
Yeah.
The energy appears but dissipates as soon as you complete the painting, doing no harm to anything.
So we have nowhere to go. Like, can we just paint a door that leads out to the bridge?
I mean, if you have an idea of what's on the other side, I guess. Yeah.
still have to go south, right?
Yep, that's the where I curved around.
That's the only way to go at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
as long as
Is there
there's
anything else to do?
What about the door we just found up north?
That leads to a place that we've already been.
Yeah, circles around.
That's like the first fork we
And there's probably another trap on it, so we'll just leave it be.
That was as accidentally as thorough as we could possibly be.
Yeah, we just gotta go to the south.
Hmm?
Just at the south left.
That little air conditioner's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Today was really
Rough.
It's gonna be equally as hot tomorrow.
really. I thought we were over the worst.
I guess it's supposed to cool down like Wednesday.
Yeah, after tomorrow.
Wednesday overnight.
Already.
Cool.
So, just establish it now. Who has the paints?
I think on-off's got him.
Yeah, I got him.
Cool. That seems like an on-off item.
He took the ghost to the face. He deserves it. You want to, Quincy? Do you want to look at the medallions or the platinum coin?
That's what the ghost looked like.
Oh, that's dang cute.
That's what the what?
The tiny or the wind elemental from
Yeah.
the monster manual. That's
Yeah.
the tiny version of that.
Looks like a 400-year-old ghost who just pooped his pants.
Diabetic twist. Yeah, I give the 3 triangular coins to Quincy, see if he knows anything about them.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
a
What are you gonna roll on it?
I'll do a
You gonna roll history?
Yeah. Just to show you that.
Yeah. He put his pants. Mom.
Alright.
Am I okay?
What happened?
That is a 21.
You have no fucking idea. This is something you've never even seen symbols. You've never even heard of this kingdom. Strange triangular platinum medallion coin things. A little bit smaller than the palm of your hand.
These are either super old or from another world or something.
And it's just like the piece of paper with the writing on it. Like you try to even concentrate on the writing on these medallions, and it's like your head just starts to swim.
Yeah. Is there some kind of weird spell on this, or it's like from another world or something?
Weird. Do you guys want to go south?
Yeah, we can go back to the.
There's still the wardrobe.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Check that out. Whoever.
Fleece it for traps.
Yeah, I'll check it for traps.
Okay, roll an investigation.
Not good. That's 10.
You do not detect any traps.
Alright, I'll try to open it. Sleight of hand.
Okay. Sleight of hand for what? To open it quietly?
Carefully.
Okay. Who else in the room?
I'll enter the room.
I guess me and Terrence are as well.
Where are we?
Okay.
In the same room?
They're all in.
Oh, I'm not.
The little secret room.
Yeah.
Ashford's room.
Dave? Yeah, you go towards the wardrobe. It's a very nice, again, dark wood, something you don't normally see in dwarven strongholds. Must have been very expensive to make. As you grasp the handles and just kind of carefully open it up, nothing happens.
Anything in there?
Yeah, there's little metal hangers, and there is a series of 4 very nice looking
Butt plugs.
black robes.
Black robes.
Also, there's a whole world. There's a Seder near a light post. Hello! You must be on off. Welcome to Narnia.
Can I inspect the robes?
Ew.
Sure. How so?
Just to see if I can notice what they might have been used for.
Roll to detect paste.
Like if they were rituals or like just from an authority figure.
Okay, that would be like a religion check.
Okay.
If you want to detect any sort of like attributes to them, it'd be like an arcana.
I guess both. Can I roll 2 times?
If you'd like, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so 26 for Arcana and 9 for the religion.
You have no idea what these robes were used for, but they're very, very nice, and they definitely do have some sort of magical property to them because they almost feel like water. Like the silk is so very nice and just like drapes over your form, just like you're wearing like nothing at all. They make you nothing at all. You're wearing nothing at all. Essentially, what these robes do is that they make the person who wears these robes immune to any sort of blood-borne illness.
Does it count as a magic item?
Yeah.
You have to attune?
If you, no, you don't have to attune to them. You just put it on. If you guys don't have like a cloak slot, any sort of illness that you could contract from blood to blood contact, you won't get, such as AIDS.
The body condom.
I guess that's not really that big of a joke because we did have super tetanus.
Yeah.
So that probably means that there's super AIDS.
Muck wears it like a bonnet.
It just sinks in your form. And actually, it doesn't get stained at all because it's very, very nice. As soon as you try to like pick it out of your form, it sinks into the mud. It just all the mud just sneaks off and goes back into your form. They feel really nice, but they also have really strange markings all over them. All over the back, they have these very large, dark, pointed hoods. They have a large emblem on the chest and all along the trim of the sleeves, the very wide wizardly sleeves. There's a whole bunch of markings and stuff.
Do any of the markings look similar to any of the symbols on the coins?
No, these you can't read, but you can actually like see them without getting kind of a headache. You have no idea what they mean. But these are definitely a weird, creepy, culty robe.
This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah, you want to head south?
Yeah.
We already did the history check and all this shit.
Yep.
You got a good roll, right? What did you get? 21.
21.
Gonna do any better?
Is it the same fuzzy, weird headaches?
Yeah.
It's like the geometry of the coins just isn't quite right. Like it's like the coin just doesn't belong here. Like it's this really strange, like non-Euclidean geometry to it that just kind of makes your head spin.
Do you think there's some kind of weird, like thinning between the planes here or something? Or is there any way you could
you rolled history on it?
Yeah, but like.
I looked at the scroll with a 28 Arcana, and it.
Well, not, I mean, not. I'm just talking about the area in general. Like, no, not the items, but like this like particular area is like some weird energy about it or something.
Well, I already cast Detect Magic. So is there anything else in the room with my Detect Magic that I see that's funny?
The anvil, a very bit of minor magic that draws blood into it. But as far as arcane magic, very little, except for the pigments.
Fair enough.
There was an inspirational quote on the wall with a shit. What is it called? What is Tread? A Manticore.
Oh god, I gotta put Trud in there.
And it
Don't
says,
let me forget about Trud, guys.
What did it say?
Hang in there.
The inspiration on the wall says, live, laugh, learn.
I was about to say that.
Dance like no one's watching.
You're the master of your own destiny. Love like you've never been hurt before.
Dance like no one's watching.
Alright. I'm moving south.
Okay? Put your guys' self where you want to be.
Luck equals hard work plus opportunity.
There's like.
What if it use it as like this really like antagonistic, like, oh Canada's here again. better lay low.
He's trying to show you up.
It's the most I've seen them.
He gets really.
That bird's going nuts.
Yeah. He gets so into some of this stuff he does. I have to yell at him.
Processing.
He's like, that's so good. I'll never be that good.
All right, Dave, are you doing a stealth or anything? I know you're going ahead of everybody else.
Stealth. Yeah, big one.
Juggalo, whoop, whoop.
28.
28. You go a little bit further down this tunnel, past all of the large amounts of ore and large amounts of ore that seem to have grown back, as well as all the mining equipment. You turn this corner, Dave, and the worked stone in the walls begins to kind of disappear into a strange, resiny, like film on the walls, like Alien. You know, like how like all of the hallways get all resiny and shit. You take a few more steps, and you notice that the dry, dusty stonework that you've been walking on this whole time starts to get squishy.
How's the ceiling?
Resiny and pulsing.
Hey, Alan, is this what you were talking about?
Can I roll for creep identification?
Roll an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, this is fucking creep. And there's another thing you remember about creep. The Zerg move faster on it. They also have sight of anything that's in the creep.
Right.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
I'm not on it yet, am I?
You're a few steps into it.
I get back. In
Well,
fact,
shit.
I'm gonna go here. This is bad. This is a bad place, fellas.
Well, we've looked everywhere else.
So do I know about making it recede by killing structures?
By throwing what?
By killing structures?
I mean, that's like a StarCraft mechanic. I have my own like little lore to it
Alright.
because they don't. It's like fitting like a star into a square shape with StarCraft and fantasy. I have my own little thing. You don't really know what made it go away. You just knew that like the creep came, everybody burned everything around it. Eventually, the creep receded, but that was far after everybody burned everything along it.
Yeah, so we're exposed as soon as we step on here. It'll be aware of us.
I did step on there, so should we get out of here and take a short rest or something? See what happens?
Does anyone need to restore anything? Short rest?
I'm at like 20.
Oh, you guys each got hit?
I will say, if they're aware of you, taking a short rest isn't your best tactical decision because it'll give them time to move their forces.
Can anybody cast levitate on everybody? Just go through.
The only problem is we don't have any kind of like propulsion. If you're levitating, just like pretty much.
Rin reverse.
Pretty much.
Can you turn into a wind elemental?
I'm a basement.
Yeah, I could actually.
And blow
You could blow everybody. You could literally blow everybody if they're all levitating. But that would, you don't know how long this creep goes for. It could go on for fucking miles.
Yeah.
levitate lasts.
I would have to rest before I have to do a short rest before I can change elementals.
Can Flubsy
I'd like to go back to the
Curious
secret
about
room, rip a door off of the wardrobe and use it as a fan.
You can certainly try. It's a very heavy, very well-made mahogany wardrobe.
I wasn't serious.
Okay.
I don't have that many spell slots.
Well, you guys said you were going to try to knock over the anvil, right? Did you guys end up doing that?
No, but I really want to.
Okay.
What would you guys rather do?
What are our options here? We've explored almost everything. We didn't fuck up the anvil. We've got the creep.
That's where we gotta go.
We got this magic paint set that we can make doors through.
Or we just paint the creep away.
Doesn't it take time to cover some square footage?
I kind of like to save that too.
Yeah, it's the paint.
That's so much square footage though. 1,000 square
that
feet
would-
of a straight path.
That would
creep.
get rid of all of it, basically.
Or at least like a linear path through it.
I will say, Volstar, as the Earth Elemental, you do know that the creep seems to be above the stonework. So you, as an Earth Elemental, would be able to like sink into the ground and be able to go below the creep.
what is it?
It's basically like this, like kind
It's a
of-
gigantic, like, super organism.
It's like
Like-
mushroom, like fungus mycelium.
like everywhere, and it's all
Like
sentient.
it's part of an animal, but it spreads like that throughout the over the ground.
Yeah, it's like a slime mold, except if it was psionic and could communicate with other species.
It's a sensory organ for its high point.
Okay. I'm going to ask Terrence for one of them to give me the gate stone.
How would we activate them? How would we know when to activate them?
I could just just scream into the earring, you'll hear me.
Oh yeah. But we already used it today.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Unless we've been, I don't think we've been here that long. Not 24 hours since we last used it.
I used it when you got your eyes cut out.
Yeah, so it was recently.
If anybody needs to solve problems or think, I've got a fidget spinner.
You have a fidget spinner? Where did you get a fidget spinner?
At the gas station.
The gas station on the way here.
That's fantastic. You're so behind the times. Fidget spinners were like 4 months ago.
How do these work?
I think that officially makes us old, Dave.
Yeah.
Heavy.
You know how like you go to a gas station and there's always like half off candy bars right by the register and stuff they're just trying to get rid of? It's really crazy.
Yeah.
They had like
Oh, the gas. What?
They had like this like pumpkin bread that was next to him, and Dave was like, "Oh man, I'd probably buy a fidget spinner if it was made out of pumpkin bread." And before he could finish the sentence, the clerk was like, "They're only $1."
They were like, sure.
That's like the gas station near my house. Like during the big Pokemon Go fad, like the gas station got really cool for about a month there because they started selling Pokeball sunglasses and like hats that had Pikachu on them. And then like phone cases that looked like a Pokeball. I was like, oh, this is the best gas station ever. Oh wait, I'm just old. Damn it.
It says ABEX 7.
Yeah.
Like,
The-
it's actually a quality bearing. It's garbage.
Yeah, we used to like covet ABEX 7 bearings for skateboards, and they were
Yeah.
like $40.
Yeah. That's clearly not.
Yeah,
that is.
right, exactly.
So what's the plan here, gentlemen and ladies?
It's pretty late.
Who wants to do what?
I'm all for scouting, but I want an exit strategy. Because if I die, I'm fucked.
I mean, you can basically just stay
you're just
in the
in the
ground
ground.
and just see everything.
Yeah, but they can all burrow and lurkers.
So what? You're like ethereal. You're just part of the ground. They can't do anything.
Zerg be nasty.
You just want those
Faster
paints.
through that. They have to dig through the ground. You're just moving through it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Get messy, make
when
mistakes.
you're like melted into the ground. It's not like you're tunneling. Like your being just like just transfers through to other matter.
Alright. I guess can I sneak through the earth and just kind of like see if I can see any life forms or anything?
I don't think you have to roll a sneak. I think Chris's description is pretty accurate. It's not like you're like the is it roaches? Roaches are the ones that can actually burrow and move, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're that. It's not like you're like forcing your way or swimming through the earth. You're like transferring through rock to rock to rock. It's like you're a big pile of muck, but you can like transfer your essence to like for just a moment make the rock that you're passing through sentient through your sentience.
Okay.
Fantasy's fucking weird.
It's like
This is why I like Star Wars. Star Wars makes more sense to me.
So I'm not physically transplacing anything. I'm just
No. I think you'd be anything that's like burrowing, unless they have tremor sense. What if you get within the sphere of their tremor sense? I think they'd be able to detect something. Although I don't know if they'd be able to like see if it's actually something sentient. They'd just be able to detect some sort of movement. Just like you, as you're going through this, you're completely blind. But you have tremor sense, what, 60?
60 feet, yeah.
So you have a complete 360 all around you at all times of 60 feet. But even if you like come up from that to like try to get a better view, you can only ever see within 60 feet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll scout out a bit.
All right. I'll say you have the majority of your Earth Elemental left. I'd say like you have like 2 hours and like 15 minutes because you guys spent 30 minutes to unlock all the doors and another like 10 minutes to do the ritual and shit. So I'd say you have like 2 hours and 15 minutes to still be the Earth Elemental.
Okay, I'm just gonna see how far the creep extends down this tunnel, like surfing underneath it without entering it.
Okay. What does everybody else do?
Just kind of waiting at the, like, before the creep starts.
At the very edge of the creep?
Yeah, but back a little bit.
So you meld to the ground, surf below the creep. You go a little while, you kind of serpentine. I guess you're able to sense it. Are you going straight through this rock, or are you trying to follow the path that's been carved through here?
I guess the path through. I'm trying to find the most navigable way for my party.
Like anything that's already been tunneled?
Yeah.
So you continue down this tunnel to the south a little bit. It serpentines a little bit more. You see there is a gigantic door, about the size of like 2 or 3 carts, and about 15 feet tall. It's about 6 feet thick. There's a huge door that's there. And then just kind of tunnel under that for a little bit. You go for maybe about 200, 300 feet. You notice that there is a fork in the road. There is one going straight, and another one that seems to go to the left and down.
And everything is all creepified? Any, like, life forms or anything around?
No life forms here yet.
Um, 6 feet deep. Damn. Okay.
So there's straight on ahead to what looks like the bigger path, or there's also a smaller path that continues to the left and down.
And they're both past that 6-foot door?
Yeah, they're about 200 feet past that 6-foot door.
Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll just radio to Terrence what I'm seeing. And then
I don't think you have a radio, because there's no way that physical earring can pass through stone with you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It melts into your form, but I don't think you can use it.
Okay, sure. Alright, I'll keep going straight, I guess, main path.
Okay. You continue straight for a little bit. Eventually, you reach a kind of a plaza, and then there is a large hub, a few other structures, and then you notice that there is a couple of rail lines that continue on further straight. We follow those rail lines a little bit longer into a severe drop-off into a gigantic cavern. It just like the main road ends, and the rails above on the creek continue for 60 feet. That's all you can see. And then there's a huge drop-off below you. For like 60 feet, there's still nothing. 60 feet above you, it's a cavern end. There's 60 feet, it opens up. So there's some sort of like monorail or like rail system that continues that you're not able to go through.
So from my 60 feet of perception or whatever, this track seems like it's still intact. It's
Yeah,
like
it does.
the earth is sloping down, and there's this bridge that's suspended over this big.
It seems so.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll head back. How
Okay.
long do you think it's been?
Oh, it's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Okay. On my way back, I'll check out that fork through the smaller
Okay.
path.
You go through the smaller one, you go down and down and down. The tight spiral. It seems like you go down for a very long time. Another 45 minutes if you want to reach the end of this.
Still creep everywhere?
Still creep everywhere.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you
if
continue
I'm
for
not-
45 minutes?
If I'm not noticing any other life forms. Yeah.
I'm taking a short rest while he does this.
Yeah, you guys all get a short rest. That's fine. Okay, you continue for 45 minutes until eventually the this spiraling. It's like a slow degrade of a very large spiral going down. You open into another cavern, or 60 feet up. You don't feel anything. You're still in the ground, and as you go 60 feet forward, there's a few life forms.
Okay, can I do a perception check to see what they might be?
No.
Okay.
You get vibrations of life forms above you.
Okay. I'm leaving at that point.
Okay. Yeah,
Join
just
the
60
party.
feet in, you get like maybe 4 life forms.
Yeah, I'm heading back to the party.
Okay. Another 45 minutes of coming back up. You're just on the cusp as you come back beyond the creek to where everybody's taking a short rest. Pop back up.
Okay. I'm gonna take a short rest if I can.
Short rest. You guys want to take a quick fiber while everybody does a short rest?
Sweet.
Yep.
Monorail. Monorail. Monorail.
I gotta go to bed, guys.
Yeah, I think we're getting like really close to just cutting it off.
Michael,
But-
I saw you sleeping. I saw your eyes trying to go to sleep.
Taking in the fancy bullshit.
This looks like a little virus.
A little what?
Virus.
Virus?
Mm-hmm. That's what some viruses look like. They look like little robots.
How sensitive is it?
Expensive.
This is like a test run.
They're good. It's just a little condenser microphone. They're very sensitive, like an overhead microphone. Is a condenser.
Is the spherical thing advantageous or
No, it's just a fancy house.
aesthetics?
Yeah.
Well, it's got like a 360 recording mode or whatever.
It's just the most basic form. They'll drill out holes in Omni mics to make them directional. Ugh.
The air conditioner's been doing a good job up until today. It's too hot.
Yeah, it's muggy as hell.
We step into our hallway and we're just like in a different climate.
I guess
100%
it's hotter here than
yeah.
it is in like Nevada right now here.
Oh yeah, it's hotter here than most places for sure. I think the only place we're like in sync with is Texas from what we looked at.
Texas.
I used all my hit dice and didn't get a full heal.
There it is.
Man, I don't know. I would love to live in the desert. That sounds fine. I could like deal with hot people. I think the thing,
Deal with
hot people. God no. Yes, I could deal with it.
Desert
But
people.
ugly people is what I go for.
Look at Kitty Meow Meow. So sweet.
I totally fucked that up. No, I could deal with hot climate.
Deal with hot people.
But it's the dumb people that would piss me off. So being in like a hot climate with like not a lot of people would be okay to me. But just being in a hot climate with lots of dumb people, I would not
Something
be
about
okay.
hot climate makes for a lot of dumb people.
No, I just fucking Texas, just fucking shoot guns in a hurricane. That's fine.
You can go to another nice place. It's not Texas.
I was just bagging on Texas. Give me a second.
Okay.
Texas bag. says.
I can roll as many as I want to.
You have 10.
Oh, I wrote down 9. Should be 10.
Yeah.
Unless you used one.
You
Yeah.
you leveled up.
Yeah, you have as many as your level.
Oh, maybe that's the new games one.
Could be.
Maybe.
Sure.
Well, no, we've had a long rest and we haven't had a short rest since. So you should definitely have 10. Yeah, we have like a big air conditioning unit at the shop, and there's like this little PVC pipe that like is like the condensation drain or whatever from it. And normally like you see it dripping occasionally. Today it was just like somebody left the faucet on. Just like so much humidity.
Yeah, I was walking out there for a while. It was not because when I got up this morning, of course it was cool, and I knew it was gonna get red hot. But when you're actually in the school building, it's freezing with the air conditioning, so you can't really wear.
Yeah,
Like,
some
some
layers.
girls can tolerate it and like wear nothing, but I would freeze being in the classroom.
I've never met a girl who's fine with cold. Personally.
Hang around Buff State's campus, and
Okay.
like girls are just wearing nothing. And I don't blame them for like it's so hot outside, but most of the time we're inside.
Yeah, like 70-degree air
But I
conditioning.
park pretty far away, and like walking in between classes and stuff. Like I walk like a few miles every day just being on campus. The other day we were doing like an ant study, I guess.
If we did,
Feeding them tuna and cookies.
What should they go for?
Well, it was more than that. We were tuna, by the way. But it also was like we were placing them certain distances away from trash cans all around campus. And we had to like put little flags by each one. And like leave a little note being like, please don't touch our experiment.
This tuna is for science.
And
Science tuna.
yeah. Some of our little dishes we were empty when we got back. And some of ours were flipped. I think that some of the other students just like
Hungry college students.
something. They were like tiny little dishes of tuna and cookies. And then some were in the shade and some were in the sun. Ants really like to be in the shade.
I gotta hit the road, I think. Though.
we're leaving. Before you leave, Joe, is there anything you want to do on this short rest? You have like about an hour and a half.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I used a bunch of hit dice.
Cool. Healing up. Before you spend hit dice, I need you to do a little Constitution saving throw.
I think you gotta do that too, son.
What?
I think you gotta do that too, son.
Oh, right, this happened before.
What was it? You get half of the healing, or did it say no hit dice? I can't remember.
What are you talking about?
The place, like you can't, if you don't make your save, you can't heal.
I rolled 25.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You can spend hit dice.
So does everyone who wants to use hit dice have to roll a con save?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an evil fucking place.
a 19.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Or no, 18. Excuse me.
Cool. Yeah, you're good. Anybody who rolls over a 10. Bye, Joe.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to do in the hour and a half that it takes for Ballstar to do some scouting?
Do we want to knock that thing over?
No. I got nothing.
I'm not opposed at this point.
You're leaving the altar untouched?
That's what I want to do.
All right, see you, John.
Bye.
Okay.
Hi, Joe.
Is there any chance that knocking it over kind of disables some of that desecration?
Oh, hey, there's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. Within the hour and a half you spent here, you notice the creek from where it is actually shrinking a little bit.
That's good.
It shrinks maybe about 70 feet, just up to the large door that you can see at the end of this serpentine hallway.
Maybe it has to do with that brain we killed.
I would assume.
That or just killing them in general.
I think. I mean, according to Alan, like we killed the thing that controls him or whatever. I'm wondering if there's some like weird power struggle between the desecration and Creep.
That thing's probably been here hundreds of years. They've probably inhabited it since then. I don't think two would probably be connected. I mean, that's just me speculating, but
Terrence wants to put some of that coagulated blood into a vial.
Okay. I think On-Off has a big jar of it too.
Oh, you did?
Are you going into the altar by yourself to get some more?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door, everybody else is resting close to the creek. You get to the anvil and the strange cells and the pool of blood and the cooling liquid. And it just, man, you feel real. Terrence, I imagine Terrence is a pretty brave person. He knows when he's in danger. And it's silly fears don't ever really overcome him. Like, you know, in the darkness, look at that. I mean, there are ghosts and shit. It's a fantasy world, but Terrence is a man that is not really jumpy. When you go into this altar by yourself, you feel like you're an 11-year-old kid that just watched the movie It for the first time. Like jumping, and you get that feeling as soon as you're walking away from it that there's something behind you that's chasing you, and you just walk a little bit faster. It's not something Terrence experiences ever. Just in this particular area, you just get this haunting, uneasy feeling. By the way, the new It is fucking awesome.
Is it really?
It's really good.
I still gotta read the book.
So I want to take a drop of the blood and drip it onto the creep.
Okay. You drip it on the creep, it just kind of out of it and just splats onto the creek. Nothing happens.
I want to like knock some dust off of the ore on top of that coagulated blood.
Oh, okay. Like you're gonna like shave some of the ore off onto the blood?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the blood decoagulates and becomes runny again. A vibrant, dull, that's dumb. Yeah, it turns into a dull red. It's not like bright red or anything. It's just a dull red.
Am I observing anything different about that little section of the creek?
No, not really.
Alright, that's it.
Okay. Dave, did you spend any hit dice during your short rest?
I did. I just spent all of them.
Okay, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw before that.
Okay. 7.
No, you're not able to spend any hit dice.
Okay.
Ballstar comes back, and then you guys take another short rest, so for 2 hours. Ballstar reverts to his blind form after the Earth Elemental goes away, is able to talk with just gaping eye holes.
I start voguing in front of him.
I'm going to cast...
Oh, Dave, I don't think you were here. As you guys were spending the short rest here, the creep subsided about 75 feet right to this giant stone door. So the creep began to like recede.
I'm going to... Where are you at, Dave? Hit points?
24.
I'm going to hit Dave with a couple cure wounds.
I don't do that. I do a D8. What do you got, Dave?
24?
Take 29.
Hey.
Healing.
You guys get done with your short rest. Dave healed up and everything. You guys are rearing to go. There, you see at the end of this hallway, where as we're seated, there is a huge stone door. This door is about 35 feet wide, and Ballstar tells you that the door is at least 6 feet thick of stone. It has intricate carvings all over it. The central feature of this door is a series of large rings. You know in Skyrim, remember those big doors?
Yeah.
Where there's like one ring, and then in the middle of that ring is another ring?
Yeah.
There is that in the middle of this door.
I'm
The
guessing that's
door-
the puzzle.
That's the puzzle, yeah. The all around the outside ring has a series of
Can you just cast Stone Shale with the Ring of Grammarian when we punch it through and just go
Stone what?
shale? Just a very brittle rock
Yeah.
it's 6 feet thick.
of shale.
I don't know how much stone shale. What's stone shape? What's the range on stone shape?
I think it's... I want to say it's 5 feet.
5 feet. It'd be funner if you just solve the puzzle.
Yeah, no, fuck you. The door is warded against all magic.
Okay.
You cast the spell, it just goes away. Yeah, so there's two rings. There's dwarven letters on the outside and on the inside. There's also an inscription beside the rings, which I will send into the chat. So the rings that you have and have cut out, right? They're all dwarven runes, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Some of you speak Dwarven, so you get this PDF as well.
I'm gonna throw it down here.
So there is the translation of the Dwarven on the top page. On the bottom page, there is the inscription in Dwarven and in English to help. It's about the dragon and the manticore. The inscription says, the dragon and the manticore. The story is told as the sun turns from distant to near. At the dawn of time, there was a dragon. The dragon was greedy and sought treasure. After centuries of search, it found the opal until the dragon swallows the opal. When the dragon had swallowed the opal, it felt sick, the gem burning his intestines. It went to its friend, and the manticore asked it for help. The dragon told the manticore of its predicament. Filled with jealousy of the dragon's soul, the manticore attacked the dragon. The dragon fought and won, but bleeding. The dragon fought help with the cleric. The cleric treated Zalta, and the moon goddess, in her wisdom, heard the prayer. But being a goddess of her own will, Zala healed the manticore instead of the dragon. So in the end, the dragon was alone with the dragon again. And then you have the turning wheel of the dwarven runes as well.
Should we wait to do this until Joe gets here?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, until next time, when Joe's here. That's what I meant to say.
Pretty out of it right now.
Oh yeah, we can end. This is a great place to end.
Yeah, I think we probably should do that.
Pretty tired.
Thanks, man.
Cool. No problem.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Bye, guys.
Alright.
I definitely recommend seeing it. It's so good.
We will.
Cool.
I got movie tickets.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night, man.
Yeah.